Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I had to put my thinking bucket on and figure out a team for Horsemanless Abyss attempt. So as I mentioned before, I am going to be doing a live stream or maybe two depending how long it takes, but with the base idea of doing a path in Abyss of Legends and finishing it without using any of the 4 horsemen. And that will inevitably end up being quite tricky task, but the point is I needed to come up with a team, the idea, how I will fight, and the champions obviously that I do have available. Now my roster is not the smallest one, but I was definitely kind of struggling because I was always kind of like missing a champion for a fight or two. But now I think I got it, and so I'm gonna go through the champions that I'm gonna use for my Horsemanless Abyss run, and then I'm gonna explain where I kind of plan to use which champion, and then you will have an option to check in on the live stream tomorrow and see how I do. So basically we're gonna bring in Corvus. Now Corvus' only point of being there pretty much is going to be trying to build missions on the way, and I'm going to be trying to use my Corvus against the Collector fight, because against the Collector I do realize it's extremely tricky and painful fight. Therefore I did want to find a champion that can potentially put out a large amount of damage extremely early on in the fight, and that would be Corvus Glaive for me. Now accompanying Corvus is going to be Captain America Infinity War, because I will rely on his ability to reverse heal on at least a couple of occasions, and also because Captain America Infinity War is one of those champions that definitely is capable of producing quite large amount of damage in relatively small amount of hits, so he will be useful in his ability to perhaps chip in on some other fights as well. As one of the main points in tomorrow's run, and this is something I'm gonna have to address by tomorrow, by the time I stream, is going to be She-Hulk. We will rely on She-Hulk's ability to deal with unstoppable debuffs and her overall huge damage output in set amount of fights, where we're gonna be tackling likes of Joe Fixit, perhaps Champion, and some other champions. But the base idea is she can hit really hard, and she can prevent opponent from evading, and she also is relatively conservative on combo meter, and she can certainly put in a good amount of work and allow She-Hulk, and I just want her to be ranked back up, so I wanted to have an excuse to rank her. Right, but She-Hulk is gonna go back up. So now that we have those points kind of sorted, we need to get the last couple champions in, right? And alongside there we need a Mystic champion in order to be able to nullify and deal with like Call Obsidian and a couple other issues. And the Mystic champion of choice for me is going to be Black Widow Clairvoyant. Now she's going to give me an attack increase against any villain champion, as well as she's actually able to do great deal of damage against any champion with one of the 3 immunities, such as Bleed, Poison, or Incinerate. So we're going to see how that works, because there are certain strategies and tactics, and yeah, I want to put her to work. Now, all of these champions being in there, consider we have one last spot, and the last spot is going to go to a mutant champion, and the mutant champion is going to be, where is he? Colossus. Now Colossus once again is one of those champions that is able to provide quite a lot of damage with very small amount of hits. Obviously I do not quite have the space to add in his synergies, therefore his damage isn't going to be as huge. However, he has additional useful effect here, which is the fact that he's going to have armor buffs, because the path that I have chosen will in fact include Havoc. Now this strategy may not work for everybody, at least not this exact set of champions. In realistic world, you would have to replace Colossus with a tech champion if you want to use Captain America for heal reversal abilities, or you would have to bring in Void instead of Captain America for your heal reversing. Only reason this team will in fact work is because currently Captain America Infinity War does have relatively newfound ability to access Petrify buff without attack champion on team. But we are gonna capitalize on that. And the team is this. So this is going to be my team that I will bring in. So again, Corvus pretty much only for Collector, Cap Infinity War to reverse heal in a couple of the fights, She-Hulk to deal with a couple of the big savages, and possibly Mordo as well. And then we're going to have Black Widow Clairvoyant to deal with the immune champions or give us the access to Nullify ability, and Colossus to deal with Havoc and perhaps something else. Now the path that we are going to be doing isn't going to be through Thing to Omega Red to Quake to Medusa, blah 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 blah. We are going to be going down the Darkhawk route. So we are going to be starting on with Darkhawk, where I'm going to try and use Cap. Then I'm going to go to Luke Cage, where I am likely going to use She-Hulk. After that, we are going to move to Old Man Logan, which is either going to be a Cap or a She-Hulk fight as well, because She-Hulk does have Petrify, and if I manage to stay aggressive, I can reverse that region. Then we have Havoc, which is going to be Colossus. Then we're going to have Dormammu, which can either be Black Widow Clairvoyant or a She-Hulk. Then we're going to move on Joe Fixit, which is going to be either Colossus or She-Hulk. Then we're going to move on to Mordo, which is likely going to be She-Hulk. Then we have Venom the Duck, which I am actually relatively worried about. And that will probably have to be either Black Widow Clairvoyant or Captain America Infinity War, and we're going to try and get him to proc his regen and try and reverse it as much as we can. So we're going to see how we get through that fight. Then we have Howard the Duck, which should be done with She-Hulk. Hyperion should be done with Black Widow Clairvoyant. Champion should be done with She-Hulk. Colossus, Loki, and Aegon. It's kind of like whatever's. Aegon's probably going to be Colossus, most likely. We'll see where we end up there. Loki, just a boring long fight. Cyclops should be fun. Now, Invisible Woman is probably going to be scary, but at that point, hopefully I'm going to have my Corvus maxed out, and it's possible that I will try and push through that fight with Corvus 20 glaive charges at a time. And then we're going to have Cull Obsidian, which should be relatively decent with Black Widow Clairvoyant, if I can manage my charges well, as in like trigger buff immunity, get him to trigger a lot of his buffs, amp up 20 of my charges, and then nullify a bunch of them. So that is going to be an interesting fight as well. And then we're going to be going up against Collector with Corvus. So that is the plan. The stream is tomorrow. Stay tuned, stay notified, hit that notification bell, do not miss it. Hopefully we can get through in relatively decent time and decent amount of units. I have done quite a good job in acquiring the love juice potions. You can see here that there's a whole bunch of them. I did a 3-hour long stream today, basically just trying to get as many crystal shards to exchange for love juice, and we actually had a very generous sugar daddy today on a stream by the name of Tom Harrington, who certainly added to the piggy bank to give us option to buy some more units if we have to, which we inevitably will. That being said, I think I kind of have laid out my plan. So only thing remaining to do for me is to rank up my She-Hulk. Finally. There's actually another really good reason why I want to rank up my She-Hulk. It's because I absolutely love Mr. Fantastic synergy with Science Champions, and She-Hulk synergizes with him. So I definitely want to explore that and have quite a bit amount of fun with it. But again, all of that being said, I'll probably leave it to another video. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, then let me know. Also, let me know what you think about my plan. Any possible roadblocks that I might encounter. If you already have cleared Abyss, do you think it will work? Do you not? And yeah. Other than that, just stay notified and definitely make sure to check out tomorrow's stream. I'll likely start quite early, so if you are watching this from United States of America, it's probably going to be live by the time you wake up. So just come in and say hello. See ya.